Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our good friend Stefano Forte, President of the New York Young Republican Club.
Thank you very much. We're the loud Americans you've been hearing about. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be with you today in Pretoria at the first Future of Nations conference hosted here by Lex Libertas. My name is Stefano Forte and I'm the president of the New York Young Republican Club. Our club is the oldest and largest young Republican organization in the United States with nearly 2,000 active members with a legacy dating back to 1856. I want to say a very special thank you to my entire board, to my entire board who is here with us as part of our delegation, our international chairman, Alex Jaros, our press chairman, Ian McMath, our history chairman, Aldo Solares, Assistant Sergeant at Arms, Kritonas Dinisiou, Events Chairwoman, Rachel Gardner, our Treasurer, Nicholas Raphael, and our Design Chairwoman, Becky Oliveira. Please give them a round of applause. Two months ago, our club was honored to host the good doctor, our nickname for him, Dr. Rutz, Executive Director of Lex Libertas, and Jus Stratum, Executive Head of the Orania Movement, as our Toastmasters at our 113th annual gala. Jus delivered perhaps the most insightful line of the night when he said, "It is not a constitution that makes a people, it is a people that make a constitution." This profound remark is the basis of what I would like to discuss with you today. What makes a nation great? Jus echoed an observation by the late great Catholic theologian G.K. Chesterton on where the source of the nation's greatness lies. Quote, "Men did not love Rome because she was great. She was great because they had people that loved her." There is a common theme here. And as men today look to Rome for guidance on the present, I look to the Afrikaner experience for guidance on our future. I mean our future as the Afrikaners are on the front lines of the existential threat the West is facing. The Afrikaners are a prime example of what I call a covenantal people, a people formed not haphazardly by the circumstances of history, but forged in covenant with God. Your ancestors embarked on a harsh and dangerous journey to the African interior, the Great Trek. And their future was threatened by the Zulus at Blood River. Numbering just 464, though their enemies numbered 13,000, they turned to the Lord in prayer. They vowed to forever keep that day as a Sabbath if the Lord would deliver them from their enemies. In the ensuing battle, just 3 Voortrekkers were injured. The war was won by divine intervention. I look at the Voortrekkers not merely as an image from the Afrikaner past, but as a beacon for the West's collective future. Because nearly 200 years later, the future of the Afrikaner and the West is bleak, but it is not lost. I think specifically of the brutal farm attacks like Susan van der Heever, an elderly woman who was beaten to death while her husband was at church. I think of the man described by the Blood Sisters, whose body was dismembered limb by limb and his remains arranged as if he had been crucified. The United States and the MAGA movement will not stand for the oppression of the Afrikaner people. We will not stand. We will not stand idly by as the Boer is killed. We will not tolerate calls for your genocide. Afrikaners and Americans are civilizational kin. And that is why I am calling on our great president, Donald J. Trump, to appoint a special envoy to the Afrikaners to show the world the truth of what is going on in South Africa. America and Europe, as well as South Africa, are in a moment of crisis. Years of viciously anti-white politics, open borders, stagnant economic growth, and cultural erosion have created a perfect storm that threatens to bury our countries with the great civilizations of yesteryear in the ash heap of history. Rome was a great empire once, and she is an empire no longer. Britain had an empire once, and today they barely have England. Europe and America's great cities will fall to Islam and mass immigration if they do not reaffirm their founding in Christian values. So what makes a nation great? How did the Afrikaners develop from a band of intrepid pioneers into a flourishing people? I believe their greatness lies in their choice to be great. First, when the Voortrekkers were threatened by a force that was greater than themselves, they placed their faith in the force that is greater than all, the one true God, Jesus Christ. As Psalm 136 says, in our humiliation, the Lord remembered us, for his mercy endureth forever, and he redeemed us from our enemies. In their moment of crisis, the Afrikaners made a vow, and in doing so, they made a choice to submit to God on bended knee and accept his justice together with his mercy. As a collective today, the West has been humiliated. And yet, the Lord will remember us if we remember the Lord. As the Voortrekkers prayed for salvation on the eve of the Battle of Blood River, they recognized that muskets and cannons alone would not be enough. They needed to recommit their people to a relationship with Christ. Today, if we re-embrace the Christianity that the West has all but abandoned, we may save our countries, and what is more, we may save our souls. Second, the Voortrekkers not only committed themselves to God, but pledged to raise their children and their children's children to commemorate the anniversary of the great vow every year in perpetuity. Thus, they ensured the survival of their faith, their people, and their values. A return to Western and Christian values is not enough if we do not secure the education of our children and raise them properly in our faith. We must reject the foreigner who rejects our heritage so that our heritage remains secure. Finally, the Voortrekkers had faith in the ultimate justice of the Lord, that if they served him sincerely, he would protect his faithful servants. As man serves God, so too God protects man, and thus the choice to be great lies in our choice to embrace the heavens. The Afrikaners chose God at Blood River. In doing so, not only conquered in war, but conquered themselves. This week, as we visited the Eden Academy, I saw optimism in each Afrikaner we met. A sense that in the end, everything's going to be okay. Despite the horrors facing your people, you do not complain. You build. The great Archbishop Fulton Sheen, who is now being beatified in the Catholic Church, said, "Our nation is too full of those that are crying down." Can you build anything down? You cannot. Let's begin now to use the word up. Up from all of this filth. up from this violence, up to the battlements of eternity, up to God. Americans were builders once. But now, even in my own party, I feel like there is a group that would rather whine and complain than make the choices necessary to win the future of our nation. There is a lot I've learned from the Afrikaner. I've learned that we cannot succumb to dooming. We cannot black pill. We must not complain. We must build. Those who would destroy civilization say, kill the Boer. I say, be the Boer. Be the Voortrekker. Be the pioneer. We must choose the Lord, and the Lord will choose us as his chosen people. The Voortrekkers were saved from near certain death at Blood River. Today, the challenges that face us may overwhelm us, but they will not overwhelm our Savior. The people of the West must choose to be great. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Tom van Grieken, the leader of Vlaams Belang.